You know, there are some English sentences that many English learners use every day, but those sentences are actually incorrect. The interesting thing is that these mistakes are usually very small. People understand what you're trying to say, but the sentence doesn't sound completely natural to a native speaker. Maybe you've said things like, "I am having a car," or "I didn't eat breakfast." If that sounds familiar, don't worry at all. These are some of the most common mistakes English learners make, and today we're going to fix them together. Welcome to the JISH Learn English Podcast. I'm Shaylin, and in today's episode, we'll look at 5 everyday English mistakes that can make your English sound less natural. So let's get started. Let's begin with our first mistake. Imagine you're talking to a friend about your new car, and you say, "I am having a car." This sounds logical because many learners think that adding ing makes the sentence sound more English. But when we're talking about owning something, English normally uses the simple verb have. Owning a car is not really an action that's happening right now. It's simply a fact about your life. That's why native speakers say, "I have a car." The same rule works for many other things. You can say, "I have a dog," "I have a new phone," or "I have 2 sisters." So whenever you're talking about something you own, remember to use have, not am having. Now let's move to another very common mistake. Someone asks you, "Did you eat breakfast this morning?" And you answer, "No, I didn't eat breakfast." This mistake happens because learners know that ate is the past form of eat. The problem is that the word didn't is already showing us that we're talking about the past. In a way, didn't has already done the past tense job. Because of that, the next verb stays in its basic form. So instead of saying, "I didn't eat breakfast," we simply say, "I didn't eat breakfast." You'll notice this pattern everywhere in English. We say, "I didn't bow," not "I didn't went." We say, "I didn't see it," not "I didn't saw it." Once you remember that didn't already carries the past meaning, this mistake becomes much easier to avoid. Our next mistake happens when we use the word since. Many learners say something like, "I am living here since 2022. The reason this sounds strange is because the word since is talking about 2 different times. It tells us that something started in the past and is still true now. When English connects the past and the present like this, we often use have been. So instead of saying, "I am living here since 2022, the natural sentence is, "I have been living here since 2022. This shows that you started living there in 2022 and you still live there today. You can use the same pattern in many situations. For example, "I have been studying English since 2024, or "I have been working here since January." Whenever you hear the word since, think about a situation that started in the past and continues until now. Now let's look at another sentence that is very similar. Many learners say, "I am here since 2020. Again, the problem is not the words "I am here." If someone asks where you are right now, you can absolutely say, "I am here." That's perfectly correct. The problem appears when we add since 2020. Suddenly, we're talking about a situation that started in the past and continues to the present. That's why native speakers usually say, "I have been here since 2020. This structure clearly shows that you arrived in the past and you are still here today. You can also say, "I have been here since Monday," or "I have been here since last year." Just remember that when since connects the past and the present, have been is often the natural choice. Finally, let's talk about a mistake that causes confusion for many English learners. Imagine your phone battery is dead and you need to make a quick call. You ask someone, "Can you borrow me your phone?" People will probably understand what you mean, but the sentence isn't quite correct. The reason is that borrow and lend have opposite meanings. When you borrow something, you take it from another person for a short time. When you lend something, you give it to another person for a short time. So if you're asking another person to give you their phone, they are lending it. That's why the natural question is, can you lend me your phone? If you want to use the word borrow, then you need to talk about yourself taking it. In that case, you would say, can I borrow your phone? A simple way to remember this is you borrow, they lend. Before we finish, let's quickly review today's corrections. Instead of saying, I am having a car, say, I have a car. Instead of saying, I didn't eat breakfast, say, I didn't eat breakfast. Instead of saying, I am living here since 2022, say, I have been living here since 2022. Instead of saying, I am here since 2020, say, I have been here since 2020. And instead of saying, can you borrow me your phone, say, can you lend me your phone? These mistakes are very common, so if you've made them before, that's completely normal. The important thing is that now you know the natural way to say these sentences. Small corrections like these can make a surprisingly big difference in how fluent and confident your English sounds. Now I'd like you to practice. Tell me in the comments about something you didn't do today. Then tell me how long you have been learning English. Try using the patterns we learned in this episode. If you enjoyed learning with me today, please like this video and subscribe to the channel so we can continue improving our English together. Thank you so much for spending your time with me on the JISH Learn English Podcast. Keep practicing, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.